Darpa calls it transhumanism, military transhumanism. But in an interesting way, this is actually part and parcel of the whole movement towards robotics. It's not only making individual warfighters comfortable with robots, it's this idea of coupling man and machine and merging humans and machine. And DARPA is doing that with programs now with what they call biohybrids, which people might call cyborgs. You know, they're able to actually control a rat through a labyrinth remotely because they've implanted electrodes in its brain. They can do the same with a moth.
ChatGPT is destroying your hippocampus, and I'm going to give you 3 examples how. Number 1, if you look at taxi drivers who use a GPS, their hippocampus shrinks. Why? Because the hippocampus is in charge of memory and learning. So rather than exploring the world, rather than getting lost in a city, you depend on technology, and that shrinks your hippocampus. Number 2 is when you are doing research, rather than going into the unknown and doing things that are difficult, you want comfort. So you ask ChatGPT for every little thing. That makes your pattern recognition centers go lower and your critical thinking skills suck. And that is why you get dementia. Now, number 3, when you write an essay, when you write an email, when you write text, what do? You consult ChatGPT. That is a big mistake, because rather than using your creative thinking, your alpha waves, this was a study recently done by MIT and Harvard. When you use your alpha waves, you can do pattern recognition, you can be creative in your writing, but you will not be able to do that if you use ChatGPT. So, for all of you who suck in memory, who suck at learning, who are completely dependent on ChatGPT for everything, listen up. When you need to write something, go into the unknown. Be uncomfortable and write with your own brain. When you need to do research, rather than asking ChatGPT for every little thing, go into the unknown and use your pattern recognition centers in the hippocampus to strengthen your brain. And last but not least, when you want to find something, when you want to navigate in a city, go get lost. Go wander around. That is how you will strengthen your hippocampus. That is how you will never get dementia. And that is how you will have the best brain health.